Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the War Room. We got Dev, Kill, Jimmy, PJ, B. Austin, the Hot Block Commander. How you wanna end a 1 or 2 hour show to keep the brain running with the premise of talk sports on a national level? Roll with the topic, sorta like the rebels. When it's game time, they like the Fab Five during prime time. Sports conglomerates speak their minds a little bit. For sports medicine and sports veterans and greats. The 4 for 26, so the war ain't Kuwait. It's the War Room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys diversified and educated.
Deal, good people out there in War Room Nation. You are once again live in the War Room, brought to you by War Room Sports on the War Room Sports Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, Devin McMillan. I'm in the building with my brothers, B. Austin and Jimmy Blueprint. Going to join us in just a few seconds. It's NFL draft time, so we're also joined by special guest co-host and my co-host on Cover 2 with McMillan and Purdue. We got the homie Fred Purdue in the building. Look, the NBA playoffs are exciting as well. So we'll hit on that before we go on the full draft mode in the second hour. So everybody settle in, keep it locked here, and to get in on the conversations, make sure you join us right now in the JW Philly Realty chat room at blogtalkradio.com/The War Room, or you can join us on Facebook or Twitter at War Room Sports. You can also call us directly in about 10 minutes. We open up the Digital Stream Tech hotline. That number is usually 323-410-0012. One last thing before we get the conversation started, make sure that during the week when we're not live on the air, you check out archive episodes of our show at warroomsports.com, the War Room Sports mobile app, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, most other places you do your podcast listening. What's good, fellas? Before we get started, I just got to, let y'all know, because I'm sure y'all, been following, but y'all man Kanye has basically been reporting to us live from the sunken place this week. What's up with him?
Yeah. Listen, you know where I'm going to go. There have always, throughout history, throughout the history of the world, been those that subscribe to the purposes and position of their oppressor. Subscribe to it. So Kanye, for several reasons, is so of their oppressor.
Okay,
that's what we're talking about right now. So your man Kanye is A, detached from the experiences of normal people because he's a little off as an artist. B, he's also looking for attention. Don't get it twisted. He's got an album dropping soon, so he's trying to make a press run. And Kanye's press runs always start off with drawdaddy.com. Look at me. How much attention can I draw? What can I say? What can I do that's crazy? Now, he's not the type of person, I don't believe, that just says things that he doesn't believe. So I actually think that he believes at least a semblance of what he's saying, but he's also realizes that he's going to move the needle in terms of
by saying it
of people, yeah, and the way he's saying
telling
it.
people,
so,
like people are like surprised and shocked, and I heard the joke that I used in the beginning. I've heard the sunken place joke, like Kanye, man, he in the sunken place. I'm like, people, Kanye has been in the sunken place for at least a decade. He's been in the sunken place since his mom.
You don't wear Ralph Lauren.
This is
you don't wear
nothing
Ralph
new.
Lauren rugbies anymore.
He got music coming out, so now he's just reporting live from the sunken. He's communicating from the sunken place.
Yeah,
he's been in there.
He don't wear polo. He don't wear polo no more. This is not Chicago Kanye West. This is I'm married to a white woman with a black woman's body, and I don't experience what y'all Negroes experience with the police Kanye. And that's the other thing about being wealthy in America. When you're rich, really, really rich and black, you actually have to work to reconnect with the rest of humanity because your experience isn't that of a normal human nor a normal black person being where he is as wealthy as. So he's going to
Calabasas Kanye. Calabasas Kanye.
Wow.
That's what that is.
All
right, man.
All I have to say with this one is, in the spirit of draft day, #draft day, with the third pick in the race draft, the African American people the African people
made a trade.
have decided to make a trade. You can choose whoever you want. We're trading down, and Kanye, bye.
Yeah, we'll move back
a
couple spots and pick up Rachel Doza, whatever her name is. Shout out to that sister. Power to the people. All right, look, man.
Exactly.
Before we get to all the the NBA playoffs and then of course the NFL draft, which our last hour of the show is going to be based on, we're going to let y'all know what happened this week while y'all were on that grind. While you're on the grind, brought to you by the book. We're tired of reading the Nemo Sports book with the same list ranking, imaginary starting lineups. Even the kind of stuff when as soon as one legend from a new era makes, scores 4 points, we bring legends from the old era instead of just appreciating what we're seeing. If you're tired of that kind of sports and sports talk, then look, y'all got to read Sports. Sports. Smart people only read the sports. It's a mixture of sports and hip-hop culture to keep you on the edge of your seat and to keep you laughing like you're watching a comedy special. So just go to sportsthebook.com or get your copy from our website at warroomsports.com. Just don't miss the movement. Look, man, I don't know if this first story is true or not. I mean, there was a photo, but I don't know if the thing was left or if they just popped it in there and took a picture. But somebody, some fan, some visitor to the Pro Football Hall of Fame rolled up a $100 bill and stuck it into the nose on the bust of Cowboys Hall of Famer Michael Irvin. Now, we know what that was all about. We know about his cocaine problems in the past. Y'all think that's fair or foul, man? Did y'all laugh when y'all saw that, or did y'all think it was too foul to laugh at?
Did you have to go there? I mean, I understand it would have to be funny, but that's a little bit foul, man. That's a little bit foul.
So probably somewhere both. I would probably say like you laugh, and then you laugh before you really think about how that's, how that could affect the person, how it could affect their family, stuff like that. But no, I mean, when I saw it, I'm not going to front. It was one of those, like, damn, that's messed up, but ha-ha, chuckle. I got to get a laugh in before I get all serious type of thing. So we know we know how P. Austin felt about it when the way he's laughing, Fred. I'm curious. P. Austin, have you made a recent trip to the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
I wish I
might have been your work.
Hey, somebody's red-handed.
Yo, that's why they can't take me nowhere. Listen, man, I am men of a certain age. Men of a certain age, and Fred, you may get this. You may get there someday. We're hopeful. I'm betraying your age. Fred is our young boy, man. He's a little wet behind the ears. Smart young boy, man. Loves this sports thing of ours. But listen, I'm not disingenuous, man. When people do things that I know that I would do and that I find funny, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't get on air in this media world and get to fronting and condemning people for stuff that I know I do that. I know I do that. So
I can't. It's funny, but I'm trying not to laugh. That's really my whole thing. I'm trying not to laugh because I'm laughing inside. I'm laughing.
Yeah. See, men of B. Austin's age, this is when their filter.
I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have one speed. I have one gear. Go.
Men of
now,
B.
I am an
Austin's age,
Eagles
when
fan.
their filter starts to decay.
Yeah, my filter. Listen, man, I'm not going. Listen, yo, that was a great joke. Whoever did that, salute to you. You are a friend of the show.
That's messed up, man. Sure. That's messed up. All right, man.
Oh man.
That was a real messed up, man. I wonder what Michael Irvin had to say about that, man.
Stay away from the crack, which I think is pretty good advice, unless you can manage it socially, Dan. If you can manage it socially, then go for it, but not a lot of people can, you know?
All right, so we have an issue in the world of track and field. Caster Semenya, who is a South African Olympic champion, she was born with differences in her sexual development. There's an acronym for that. It's called DSD. So she basically was born with elevated natural testosterone, and for her to continue to compete, they said she has to reduce her level for a continuous 6 months period before she's actually eligible to compete again. So the options that they're giving her is take medicine to reduce your testosterone levels, or be banned from this particular event. And I believe she runs the 800 meter, and she's been dominating it for quite a while now. Y'all got any thoughts on this? I mean, because we already have the issue in this country right now of transsexuals playing in sports that, you know, they weren't naturally born for. You know, you have a guy, somebody who was born a man, wrestling, women, and you know, all kinds of stuff that's been going on. But she's naturally a woman, but she has a condition where she has elevated levels of testosterone.
Listen,
so do y'all think this is fair, considering the world we live in now? Is it fair?
I'm the resident track and field guy, and by that we mean that I do occasionally watch a race or two every month or so, and I do look at celebrate the corporeality of the African sprinter. This is, you know, we don't have much thought on this, but Caster does look like her name is Pastor Troy. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Caster Troy.
But the problem with this,
at the same time, she was born with lady parts.
No. I'm with you, and the way you posed the question was, to me, a little biased, but I respect it and I understand why. She has never done anything to alter her performance that we know of. It's not this is her natural being. This is who she is. This in essence supports performance enhancement, or in this case, it's the opposite of performance enhancement, because this is the person's natural. This is the person's natural God-given ability. You can't take that away. They're saying we're going to take it away from you, which is the opposite side of the coin of someone utilizing performance-enhancing drugs. So they're asking her to be less of herself, less of what God made her, so that other people who aren't as fast, and that's what happens in track and field. Whenever there's a group of people or a person that stands out from a particular team, there's always protests, and there's always the request that person be subjugated somehow or checked. It's unfair that they're so good, and that's what this is, and I've witnessed it since this young woman was 16 years old. I followed her career. She's probably about 23 or 24 now. When she was 16, she was running grown man times. I didn't say grown woman. I said grown man times at 16 years old. So she's been on the world scene since she was a teenager. And, we can't.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing.
This is unfair,
the history of man, like we've had Man Jones. Like we've had that before.
Jamie Lee Curtis is a Man Jones.
This was before men actually started to make themselves Jones. So they started to make themselves women. So, like, I don't think this is fair because no matter what her levels of testosterone is, she was born a woman. She hasn't done anything to alter that.
They hating because her clitoris is a little bigger than the average woman. Come on, man. That's not fair.
They said she could either be forced to compete against men racing distances above 1,600 meters unless she takes this daily medication. I just think this is really crazy because of what I brought up, because we have that other side of the coin where you actually have people fighting for equal rights to be able to just say, I identify as this, so I should be able to do this as this. But this is really a woman who just happens to be a bit manly, naturally, and they can't do it.
The other side of that, though, is as much as I support her remaining intact and that this new rule is completely unfair, I also realize if they allow her to race and they strike this rule, you do realize there's going to be a whole rash of lady boys trying to run in female events.
But that's different to me. Yeah, I know they're going to find a way to do that, but whatever. All right. Did y'all hear about the situation up in Pennsylvania at the golf course? There were 5 black women playing on the golf course. I believe that other people on the course believed that these women were playing a little too slowly, so they had words with them. Then they asked the women to leave. They ended up calling the police on these women. What did y'all think of? I mean, what did y'all think about when you heard this? This is in the recent shadows of the Starbucks incident in Philadelphia.
Fred didn't give us any thoughts on casters. Fred didn't give us any thoughts on casters.
Okay, he can give us his thoughts on the 5 golf people. Fred, what did you think about when you heard this?
When I saw this, I was just very angry because first off is if you actually go deeper into it, the story tells that the people behind them had taken a break, so they started taking their time. And it just seems like no matter what we as black people do, it just seems like we can never just do what we do. We can't just have fun like everybody else. We always have to move along, or you can't do something as sophisticated.
You don't have the right or the privilege.
It seems like you know how it's almost like with athletes, stick to football. They say black people stick to basketball and football. That's it. You can't be if you're not Tiger Woods, you can't play golf. And quite honestly, these women, they were a part of an organization where they encouraged women to play golf and educate themselves. And it just seems like anytime we do something to further ourselves as people, we can't. And it's just sad that something like this couldn't be resolved. And if you actually watch the video, there wasn't any kind of reasoning. They had no grounds of doing it. It was just, we don't really want you here anywhere. Oh, we know why.
Yeah, we know the reason.
We know why, but publicly, outwardly, there's no reasoning. You can't give us a reason because you can't say that on camera. Of course.
Yeah, and the police did the right thing this time. You know, they got there and quickly determined that it wasn't a police issue, so they spoke to both parties and they rolled out. But the fact that it happened.
I would like to point our listeners to a couple of things. If you guys want to do a social research, your own social research project, I want you to look at churches, prisons, nightclubs, and golf courses, and look at the segregation that occurs there. And golf courses, believe it or not, are one of the last bastions, like complete bastions of white supremacy, because many golf courses across the country are still segregated, and probably will remain so, whether it's written in stone or it's not. You know, this segregation occurs. So white privilege and white entitlement told these gentlemen, how dare these Negro women come on our golf course and dare to play golf? This is, This is the great white man sport. This is where our business deals are made. This is where we talk about black people. This is where we say the things, and So that's what a golf course represents. So for them to be in the inner sanctum of that, yo, come on, man. You know what it is.
You know what though? Because Jimmy and I had this conversation. Jimmy and I had this conversation all the time. So I'm mad he's not here yet, because, like, first of all, like this new influx of black people playing golf, and I'm saying this stuff with, there are a lot of my friends that, I am running the risk of offending here. But, all the influx of black trying to play golf and all that kind of stuff, I'm saying we can't do things and do all that, but for the reasons that, when I'm asked to play golf and when I say I don't play, the reasons that they give me, like, would be just said, man, deals are made on the golf course and this and that. I'm like, I made deals in my life, and none of them happen on the golf course. Like, I can make a deal in Hooters. Like, I can make a deal on the phone. I can make a deal at my house. Word. I can make a deal, like, at the strip club. I can make a deal at church. Like,
golf is trash.
For that to always be the same cliche that I hear, like, it starts to bother me. And, like, I don't know. It's just like people I know are going out in droves, dressing, getting dressed up in their little golf gear, and everybody buying clubs and all this kind of stuff.
Golf trash.
And don't really play that much. Like, I just think it's a lot of faking going on here. And, again, like, why are we so pressed to fake, to push our way into something that obviously we're not.
Jimmy, you gotta get your bars off on this one. I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna keep it funky.
Jimmy and I talk about this all the time, man.
Because men of a certain age,
golf is trash.
I'm a poop on myself as the resident educated brother from the bank. Y'all know that I tried to get out there on the golf course twice.
I'm not telling you that I've never been. I've been to the driving range. I've been to Top Golf.
I made a fool of myself.
I ain't buying the shoes and the boys and men outfits, and I'm not spending money on no clubs. Just stuff like that. Like, if my son was interested at this young age, he said he wanted to learn how to play golf. Okay, I might do a little something for him. But for me, with my background and with the things that I like, I mean, a lot of things that I don't do, like, a lot of people consider it square, you know what I'm saying? Because when all guys want to sit back and drink and smoke cigars and play golf and all that, I don't do that. But like I said, I made plenty of deals, and it did, have to include any stuff. So for that cliche to always come out like, man, it's that game, you deals on the golf course. Okay, you can also just go out there and talk trash on the golf course like we do anywhere else.
Yo, cats is frauds. The golf
shoot up a rough, Jimmy. At least I know how to do that. We can shoot up a rough.
Yo, let's throw some shots up. We ain't even got to play like real hardcore. Let's just throw some threes up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with y'all dudes? I mean, y'all dudes is frauds. Then y'all got a nerve. Y'all be out there like fake smoking cigars, knowing y'all don't like smoke. Yo, a lot of y'all don't even like cigars. Y'all fake the cognac, John. Y'all all man, they frauds.
Be like 46 over par because y'all can't really play.
Yo.
Getting called on you because you're taking too long because you can't really play.
When I played, they should have called the cops on me. I was that bad. I was like, yo, how do people do this?
I'm the same way.
How do people do this?
My couple times doing it. I'm like you, Dev. I'm staying away. I'm staying away from the course.
Like I did it.
I'll drink with you. I'll whatever. But,
but my thing is this. So here's my thing. If you like it, you like it. Like, some people really like golf, and if you genuinely like it, it's good. Yeah. A lot of y'all lying.
Jimmy's conversation deals with the people who are definitely faking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all lying. Yo, they be fake smoking cigars, knowing they hate cigars, but they think it makes them look a certain way. They hate cognac. They want to sip the cognac. Right. Y'all dudes all frauds, man.
Yeah,
and that's me. Jim, like, I never. You're right. I don't judge anybody who drink. Like, be always know why I don't like the taste of most alcohol. Any kind of smoke gives me a headache. So why I'm gonna sit there and put myself through this to look cool with other people?
And because of my consumption habits, I need this brother to remain.
Thinking they're gonna be out on the golf course.
I like pizza and scantily clad women, but at the end of the day, man, it's all about what you like, man. So my whole thing is do what you like, man. Do what.
Not many deals me and Jimmy that made for a pie and some.
That's how you do. We make deals with pizza, man. Let's go get a pizza and make a deal, man.
I'm gonna make
over pizza and an IG model, man.
You already know,
make
man.
a deal at Lorenzo and Sons. Shout out to them.
Cats need drugs, man. I find it funny, but it's funny because we had this conversation this week, like based on the story, like, yo, why can't you be out there? You don't even want to be there. You don't want to be there anyway.
That's what I'm telling you, man. People be out there dressed wrong, 106 over par, not knowing that ain't good because you don't even know how to keep score because you don't play this game. FOH, man. All right, we spent a lot of time doing that, and I'm pretty sure we offended half the people that listen to the show. Get over it. Milwaukee. You know, Greek Freak is the biggest thing going in Milwaukee. Like what else does Milwaukee have besides like bratwurst and Greek Freak? Anyway, there was a taco joint that's in the news apologizing because they were too busy to seat Giannis Antetokounmpo when he walked into their joint. Now that's, you don't got to sweat no man for real, but that's kind of a bad luck when that's all your city has. Like, at least give the man a table. Like, I'm not saying kick somebody else out, but at least give the man some, don't be too busy to serve the dude. You know what I'm saying? At least talk to him and let him know what the deal is. Like, what? Can y'all think of anything that's equivalent of that? Like, because we're not from a small place like that, so we don't. But even being from the big city, there's certain dudes, figures that can walk around the city, and no one will ever be too busy for them. And when I go to Max's on Broad and Erie.
No, but at the end of the day, man, like
you don't even have teams on the sport.
All I'm saying is they would. I bet you they would have found a spot for Aaron Rodgers.
if he made the trek down from Green Bay,
they would have found like they would have found some spots for Aaron Rodgers, man. They might have found a spot for Matthew Dellavedova, but I'm just saying.
What about Malcolm Brogdon?
What is your point? What are you driving at, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What are you trying?
I'm just saying. When he leaves and goes and plays in Miami, don't be mad about it. Then I don't want to hear y'all mouth. Then y'all can't even get my man like.
Hey, I don't want him in Miami. Hey, I don't want him in Miami. Stop
Not
that.
Matthew. You talking about Freak? You don't want Freak in Miami?
You don't want the Greek Freak in Miami?
No, I don't.
Yo,
I don't.
Fred.
You got to explain that.
No,
Fred. You retarded, Fred.
Oh, you rather have Whiteside? I got it.
No.
He trying to keep that cap room for Bronny to come back. That ain't gonna happen, dude.
No, I don't. No.
All right, well, you're gonna have to explain real quick before we move on. I'm
gonna let you. See, you're gonna kill me.
Look, Fred. If we said that, you could kind of understand it because if you look at our roster right now, as talented as he is, like, all right, be a difficult fit. But I'm still not gonna be sitting there like I don't want Greek Freak. Like, let's try to make it work.
Here's my reason.
There's only a couple players you would take over him. So I'm trying to hear this logic you got.
Personally, I'm not a big.
Deion Waiters to lose his spot to Erie.
Deion Waiters is trash. Stop it. They should never sign him. There's a couple players
personally,
on this team.
What?
All right, let him talk because I'm curious.
All right.
Why
so, I personally would love to have Ben Simmons over him because personally, it's not even close. Antetokounmpo,
you ain't getting him.
One of those.
You ain't getting him because Ben Simmons tacos.
But they do
a lot of tacos.
For me, personally, I think his game is good. His game is kind of limited, and he's not going to develop as a shooter. So once we figure out, he can't really do much outside. You're saying
once he stops doing freaky stuff,
his actual shot is getting better as the season progresses. And you said he can't shoot, but I want Ben Simmons.
But see,
That's not shade. That's not shade.
I mean, Debo can't go
but
left.
I trust that Ben Simmons is going to get a better shot. His shot's going to get better.
Fred
I don't
said,
trust
how?
that.
What's
You
your
ain't
family?
been watching
What based
But
on
what I'm saying is his shot is already getting better as the season progresses. He's shooting very well, like from the outside in the playoff. His shot is getting better, but I don't know. I mean, you also said Zach Randolph can't go left, so I gotta watch what I'm saying. We ain't talking college football, so I gotta watch it. You know, because that don't make any sense to me. I don't want him.
For me, and this is just me. I don't think he is what he is, and I don't think he's going to get by leaps and bounds better as a shooter. So you're going to be stuck with a player that, granted, if he's as a ball handler, great. That's great.
Listen,
being able to
as a
ball handler, what are you talking about? Yo, what are you talking about? Hold on, be honest. He said as a ball handler, great. What are you talking about? Have you watched this guy? This guy's gotten leaps and bounds better every season he's been in the league. What are you talking about?
No, it gets even worse because my whole thing is this, and this is, I'm being objective here. This is not a shot. Yo, Irvin Magic Johnson wasn't a shooter, but he was one of the greatest point guards that ever walked the earth. Like, you don't have to be a 3-point shooter to be successful and be a great player. So I don't even know that he needs to develop some great. Yeah, he's 6.
Yeah, he don't. He dominates.
Get to the rack.
Listen, hold up. Here's my thing.
14.
Yeah, he's probably like 7 or 12. But my thing is, there's literally only a couple guys that I would take over him. I mean, it's probably Anthony right now. I mean, I wouldn't take Bron over him because Bron is on the other side of his career. I would take Anthony Davis. Yes, I would. But outside of Anthony Davis, and maybe make the argument for Ben Simmons or even Joel Embiid, outside of that, who else are you talking? There's maybe like 4 or 5 guys that you can name.
People have started to forget about Anthony Davis a little bit. They don't realize Anthony Davis, he been 24 for like the last 6 years. Like, dude,
Anthony Davis don't age.
They're forgetting his name.
But my point is,
how young he really was.
If I can take any player in the league right now, it's Anthony Davis, and that's over anybody. I mean, I'm talking about anybody.
I feel you.
That's based on his game and his age.
If Anthony Davis played in another market and gave you 10% less production, he would get 30% more accolades.
I love the Poma statistic. That was a fire Poma. But here's my thing, though. Outside of that, there's not too many other people I would take over the Greek Freak. And when I look at Miami's roster, for you to say that, Fred, you're bugging, yo. Yeah, I don't want him on my team. That garbage-ass team y'all got. You don't want to be on that garbage-ass team y'all got.
Shout out to KC Mack in the World Sports Game Time group. He said too much walking in golf. Well, that's for the pros.
Let me go down there and super team with Whiteside. I'm a super team with Whiteside and Dragic.
Whiteside, I
think the only reason I would go out there is to drive a kart.
That is why.
That's the only reason I would actually go out there. All right, but yeah.
Fred, no disrespect to your team, but Whiteside is a piece of I'm sorry, go ahead, Dad. What you said?
I'll go ahead and
I disrespect my own team. But I would be willing to disrespect my own team and tell you Whiteside is trash. You shouldn't have paid Tyler Johnson. You shouldn't have paid Deion. And
why did you give Tyler Johnson all that money? And who is he?
Because they tried to spike D-Wade. That's why.
They thought he was going to use
it
to
the
get
artist formerly known as Flash. Sorry, the artist formerly known as Flash. Because
you could say the artist who sometimes puts on the
He shows up for one game and gives you whatever. He'll give you something, and then that's
it.
Yeah,
it's better than what Whiteside gave you, and Whiteside making all the money.
Who had a better series? Who had a better series, D-Wade or Whiteside?
Who had a better series, D-Wade or anybody?
Anybody. I was gonna say. I mean, outside of
Goran Dragic, he's
slapping the living hell out of Ben Simmons. I mean, this Heat team doesn't. They can't score. They play okay defense. Okay defense.
But that's my point.
Yeah, when y'all get down, y'all just start gooning it up. But we'll talk about
this. They start playing goon ball.
I blame Pat Riley for that. But all right, yeah, we will. Hey, Dev, let me get some birthday shout-outs real quick. And the birthdays are brought to you by the creator.
Nobody.
That's nobody. I'm about to say, guess that. Anyway, listen. First birthday I want to bring up is one Mark Davis. Mark Davis turns 45, and we like to say happy birthday to one Mark Davis.
And we only put him on there because he used to play for the Sixers. He was trash, and nobody's wishing him birthday shout-outs but us. So happy birthday, Kyle.
Better than Whiteside. Next birthday.
Anybody's better than Whiteside. Stop.
Your next birthday is Natrone Means, and Natrone Means Business is turning 46.
My birthday!
Who's the Natrone Means?
Yo.
Last but not least,
is the truth, though. Natron
his
Bomb.
nickname is Fire. And Natron Means Business. How you have that many nicknames and be that average?
How about his brain on the top?
Yeah, he wasn't terrible. He wasn't terrible, but you ain't good enough to have multiple nicknames.
Yeah, I mean, his brain in the middle was short like Leprechaun.
Anyway,
really on the top, but he was all right.
one of the masters of the triangle offense, and one of the guys who made it possible for Michael Jordan to win as many rings as he is. We want to give a birthday salute to one Bill Winnington, who turned 55.
My birthday! Yay!
So we like to give a big warm salute to all these folks on their birthday or their birthday week, and we can move forward, good brother.
You know, that is crazy. I ain't the heart on the great Michael Jordan. You know, he won rings in the era of the big man with Winnington as the starting center. They completely changed what was going on in the game at that time. All right, so real quick, man, we're going to talk about some hot topics real quick. NBA playoff stuff. And of course, in the second hour, we're going to get into this draft talk and let Fred Purdue shine. But right now, until then, you guys can definitely check out our website at warroomsports.com. While you're there, just take your time, look around, click on some stuff. If you got some questions, you can hit us up where it says contact us on the site, or you can email us at info@warroomsports.com. But while you're there, make sure you read our blogs, you buy some memorabilia, go to our social media tabs. Everything's on there. You can even go in there and lay down a few bets, and I'll actually let you know how to do that in a minute. You can buy tickets to any game you want to go to. You could check scores. You could do just about anything you need to do. So just go browse. But if you want to get with us right now during the show, you could jump in that JW Philly Realty chat room, blogtalkradio.com/the war room. You can enter the chat room by signing up for a free profile on Blog Talk Radio if you don't already have one. But if you don't want to do all that, you can sign into your Facebook and Twitter accounts. But while you're there, make sure you follow, because that'll get you updates and reminders about the show. We're going to be taking questions from that chat room, Facebook, Twitter, everything during the show. But if you want to call in and speak with us, the Digital Extreme Technologies hotline is now open. That number is 323-410-0012. Just press 1 when prompted. But if you're already listening from your phone, just press 1 if you want to talk. And we're going to go straight to the phone line in a second. But before we do that, just going to let you guys know what I was talking about when I said you could lay down the bet. And these hot topics are brought to you by MyBookie.ag. What up, fam? Let's talk turkey and how much of that turkey y'all can win making some sports bets at MyBookie. The NBA and NHL playoffs are upon us. So if you haven't checked them out yet, it's a good time to go ahead and do that. Lay down some money on the biggest games in sports. You could join us and thousands of other online betting junkies at mybookie.ag, not .com, .ag. You guys tired of placing bets at spots that give you the runaround when it's time for them to pay you? Shout out to Nas when it's pay me time. That's why we urge you to join MyBookie. You win, they pay, fast, no hassle. You waste your time if you invest in anywhere else. They even got in-game live betting. I don't even know how you do this. That's cheating. But
they let you
place bets after tip-off, kick-off, face-off, or whatever. So for all you flip-flopping ass dudes out there, when somebody score, a basketball game, somebody jump out 6-0, and you're all ready to change your pick, go ahead and make that bet. Change it. So just, join now. MyBookie will match your first deposit with a 50% bonus. Just use the promo code WARROOM, all caps, WARROOM, to activate this offer. Visit mybookie.ag today. Play, win, and get paid. Period. All right, so let's go to the phone lines real quick before we get into these topics in these NBA playoffs. We got Tobias from the hot-ass state of Arizona. What's going on? Roll damn Tide?
Roll down Tide, and I know Kyrie will love it out here with all these snow bunnies out here. They have a lot of milk yachts out here. Ezekiel Elliott, too.
New listeners, listeners are probably confused, though. I say, wait, said he's calling from Arizona and didn't say Roll Tide.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you this real
they'll
quick.
Figure it out one day. Keep it. You'll figure it out. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll tell you this real quick. First things first. I know Fred will get on this, but I'm going to tell the truth. I watched the Alabama spring game, of course. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay, yes. Yeah, I watched the Alabama spring game, and let's be honest here, guys. It's over Jalen Hurts. I always pull for the black quarterbacks, but it's over. When you talk about a quarterback and the first thing you talk about, he don't turn the ball over, that's AKA I'm scared to throw the football. It's over. Mm-hmm. You can't, I'm sorry. As a quarterback, it's over. Because sometimes as a quarterback, you have to make the tight throws. And, yes, I know the guy Tua may throw an interception, but if he going to make those down, if you want these quarterbacks to make these down-the-field throws, he throws in tight windows, you're going to have to live with interceptions. And that brings me to the New York Football Giants, the team that has done nothing since the one Super Bowl, but somehow everyone thinks that it's a great franchise right now. They will be if they don't go quarterback. They need to get Bradley Chubb. I know everyone loves Saquon, but it's hard to find a big-time pass rusher. Hello?
It is very hard to find it. It's very hard to find a big-time pass rusher.
And can we be honest about this also? The Browns, they're the Browns. If you're going to draft Baker Mayfield, number 1 overall, you deserve everything you get. You mean you passed on Deshaun Watson. You passed on Carson Wentz. But who knows how they would have turned out because you got a terrible coach and a bad franchise. So they actually worked out for those two young men. But they'll go with Baker Mayfield, who run a trick play offense at a pillow fight conference where tackling is optional. I've seen church league football teams with better defense than the Big 12. You don't have him go number 1 overall. And the Giants, they'll have Sam Darnold fall onto their laps. But know what they're going to do? Hey, Eli got 3 more good years. The man ain't been good at 6. I say this again. If his last name was Jenkins, his ass would have been cut 4 years ago.
Eli Jenkins.
So can I take this one?
You got it.
I mean, all right. So I'm going to address your Alabama thing real quick. Jalen Hurts, this is a PSA to you. Please transfer to Texas. That's the only place you're going to start. Maybe Oregon. You cannot throw the football. You can't read a defense to save your life. And I don't care if your dad says you're soft. Your dad says your dad said you gave Tua the opportunity to win the job, and well, he's right. And he was your high school coach.
Hold on, his dad
Mac Jones.
Soft?
Yeah, his dad said that.
Damn. So it ain't just y'all crapping.
Mac Jones, the third string quarterback, outplayed him in the spring game.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that.
Time to him to either transfer or concentrate on that degree.
Jalen
he already get it?
Jalen Hurts is the kind of guy that is a dual threat quarterback in a run heavy offense. You don't want him throwing the football. Granted, you don't want him. I want him at Oregon. I want him at Oregon throwing the go, throwing the hitch, throwing the curl, and that is it. That is it. I don't want any really complicated route combos. No.
A hitch and a curl, so you want him throwing to standstill targets. He sounds like Donovan McNabb.
Donnie Mac.
And McNabb field missed. And we need to move the pocket early and often.
Standing still, he hit you. They probably had to invest in a lot of
Alabama's defense is going to be very real this year. Real enough to the point they can rush for, and that's it. They can literally do that this coming year. I'll get into that later. Tobias, you know how I feel about Alabama. Even though I'm not a fan, you know how I feel about Alabama.
The Roll Tide Invitational, Fred. Let's call it what it is. It's football season. It's the Roll Tide Invitational. Go ahead.
Tobias, you got anything else before we let you go?
Yeah, I'll say this real quick. Like the basketball, for example, right? The Indiana Pacers are going to be kicking themselves when they lose this series on Friday night. How they blew these opportunities. Nate McMillan doing dumb coaching decisions, and Victor Oladipo being Victor Oladipo. And I'll say this.
I think Cleveland could have used like a Dwayne Wade or Derrick Rose for like a game or so to help break down the defense, because all the guys on this team right now are just spot-up shooters who can't take anybody off the dribble, which to help LeBron out right there. But
that's what who made it that way?
I got some words for that. It was that way in Cleveland the first time.
Yeah, I'll say this also. And I gotta say this. I know Oklahoma City won last night, but Joe Ingles become one of my favorite players. That dude be giving Paul George that work. Every time he hit a shot, he looking for Paul, getting in Paul's head. But I'll say this before I go. The thing about this NBA season is the one thing it started to remind me of the 80s and 90s is that you having these star players spread out over other teams, where the All-Star game may comprise of 3 players on 3 teams now. So you got teams in other cities like the Utahs and Oklahoma Cities. You're like, well, Chicago, you get it right. You know, you may have a player somebody wants to see, and the fans will come out there and see as well.
That's because the young players have stepped their game up. You still got a super team. You still got a gang of people in with the Warriors. Cleveland still try to do what they try to do. OKC try to do what they try to do. But these young boys, like, we don't care about y'all names. Like, you got to think about the fact that Donovan Mitchell outplayed. The other team got 3 Hall of Famers, and he's been the best player on the floor for the most part of the series.
And that's like about these young guys, like Ben Simmons, for example. They try to goon it up. But he, as a best player and leader of that team, he fought back, and that trickles down to other players. Ben, and that's the thing. These young boys have heart. Like Ben you ain't gonna bully Ben. Like he has dark skin. Like, so when they tried to like check him, he got right up in their grill. Like he wasn't about that. Like, so my thing is, these young dudes is coming in the league and making their presence felt, and probably in a couple of years they're gonna super team somewhere else. But anyway,
I mean, at the end of the day, James Johnson probably would have kicked his head off, but Ben still ain't going for that.
Yeah, but you know what though, guys? I say this. I know you guys got to run. I always say thanks for taking my call, but I think sometimes it's that, like, now this playoff has been more interesting than I thought, to be honest. And I think now you start to see these young players coming up, and it's like, and it's good to see these young players on different teams going off, like the Donovan Mitchell's being announced to the world seeing the young Sixers, and the thing, and it shows that if you got a plan, if you get some luck, because here's some luck for you guys. If Joel Embiid never got hurt in college, he would have been the number 1 pick, and he would have been shipped off to Minnesota.
Right.
Yes, and so sometimes there's a lot of luck in there.
Right now. Right, man.
I mean, no, but you know what? I mean, it's always that way, though, man. We could do that all day long in the history of sports.
Hey, Jim, I ain't knocking that. I'm just saying this is how it works sometimes. It's like when Anthony Davis got drafted. Number 2 was Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. It just happened.
What if the Blazers listen? What if the Blazers listen to Bobby Knight and they take Michael Jordan 1 and they pair him up with Clyde Drexler in the backcourt? I mean, we could play this game all day long.
Yeah.
So a lot of things have to happen. A lot of things have to happen in order for you to build like great teams and dynasties. I mean, what if the Lakers weren't able to fleece Cleveland for James Worthy? So it's a lot of we could go throughout history and do this, man. But the fact of the matter is, you gotta be in that space when it's time to make that move. You know what I mean? So Sam Hinkie, pretty much, yeah. Blade, Kobe Bryant, and then you bring in Shaq, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we could do this all day long.
We can keep Blotty any damn way, dummies.
You got some
but you know, I ain't knocking it, though. But I wasn't knocking it. I was just saying it's like how things work out. It's like the Warriors. Like, look at where they got Steph at. Like, where they got Draymond. Where they got, a.k.a. John Spider Sally, who, he's all right, but he's a Hall of Famer for some reason. And they got Clay.
That are willing to do it, like, it's so drafting people and homegrowing them. It works if you have the patience that Golden State have.
That's the thing,
that Philly has.
But even beyond that, you need things to break right. Like this, that's the great thing about championships is when you get to the pinnacle and you win a championship in any sport, it takes so many things in terms of skill, talent, and luck for it to happen. I mean, when you look at a team like OKC, it looks like they're going to have 3 MVPs they had on one team, and out of that, they got 1 finals appearance. I mean, so many things went bad for them, but this is what you talk about when it comes to having luck, and also, so it's not just about drafting the right guy.
Same. You can put that in football as well. Look, if the Vikings don't come up with that miracle play on the last play of the game versus the Saints, I think the Eagles play the Saints. I think the Saints beat us, and we're not sitting here acting cocky on draft night, not caring who they draft. We just won the Super Bowl. So, things go that way.
But that's the great thing.
I really believe that the Saints were on their way to the
bowl.
No, I
mean, you said that the whole time. You said that the whole time. You said that the whole time.
Drew
So I know
Brees
you're
every day
telling
of
the
the
truth.
week. Can we rewind?
But the point is that's the great thing about winning a championship is so many things have to go right. So and once you win it, they can't take it away from you. But so many things have to happen for that season to end that way. I mean,
Yo, Jim,
5 times
I jumped up and down like I was a Vikings
I can
fan.
attest to that, Jim. I can't.
Drew Brees is a player too. Drew Brees is a player too from his career being completely looked at different. Like, if not for that one championship he got, people would be like talking pork chop greasy about his career. So,
Jim, I'll even go as far as Tom
talking
Brady.
to him like they talk about Russell Westbrook.
Tom Brady gonna go as far as
Drew Brees
away
will be
from
Russell
not having
Westbrook.
5 Super Bowls. I mean, you're right. You're
right.
really
Yeah,
right.
but that's the beauty.
Tom a good 5 plays from not having 5 bowls.
Yo, Tom 5 plays from being trash. Yo, he's 5 plays from being Jim Kelly.
But on the same spectrum, he's also
having 1.
He's also a couple plays away from having 7. So I mean
that's true. But that's true. That's true. But
I'll say this before I go.
Hey
guys, I'm about to run, but I'm about to run, guys. But I'll leave y'all with this.
All right.
If the great Andre Ingram keeps playing the way he does, like he did that one game next season, he's probably gonna leave his wife for an Instagram model. But hey, you guys have a great one. You guys take it easy, man.
He's gonna find one of these dumb teams. One of these dumb. Yo, hey, look, man.
Just joking, baby.
But here's the thing, though. She definitely was with him shooting in the gym.
Yeah, she was. So she like, boy, you better not. All right, yo. So LeVar Ball teaching his kids that same lesson. When the going get tough, let's get the hell up out of here. He taking both of his sons out of the Lithuanian league because as usual, just with the high school coach, he feels that he and the coach aren't seeing eye to eye. I guess he believes since, they did bring an influx of cash. I don't know how much that really accounts for in the Lithuanian league they were playing in. But they brought something to the table, and I think LeVar automatically assumed that was going to bring favor to his sons, even if they weren't really ready to play on that level. Now, LiAngelo he was the second leading scorer on the big team with like 12.5. But Melo only got about 12 minutes a game with the big team and, averaged a low triple single. And LeVar's just not having it, even though Melo was supposed to go back over there next year, which, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure the coach was going to treat it like you would treat any other player. Okay, you were a 16-year-old on the team this year. You come back next year, your role is going to be expanded. You might even be what what they wanted you to be, but we know LeVar doesn't really have that kind of patience. So what do y'all think about the move? I mean, I think we all pretty much knew and said when this happened that there was no way they were going to play for more than one season. But now that it's happened, quick thoughts about it.
There's a couple ways to look at it. There's the way that you look at it, which is the pragmatic, practical way. Listen, they would never stand for more than a season. But the way he goes about doing things and the way it looks and the logic and reasoning behind their exit, all of you black men that roll up underneath LeVar and lift him up on your shoulders, y'all owe me an apology. This dude is out here making it look terrible. He's a coon and an embarrassment.
One thing, because I'm not, I ain't gonna question loudly the way somebody else raised their kids, because I wouldn't want them to do that to me. And obviously, the way his son react to him, and the fact that we know them, period, is because of him. So there's something to be said there. I just kind of have issue with the message that he's been sending them the whole time we've known the Ball family. And it's kind of like, if things don't go your way, let's go ahead and quit. Like, we've seen him walk his AAU team off the court. We've seen him take Melo out of the high school because the new coach wasn't going to be rolled over like the old coach, and Melo wasn't going to shoot 56 times from 56 feet and not play any defense. The coach in Lithuania wasn't having it. So it's like every time things aren't going our way, if we can't shine like that, like we're going to quit. Like I know people right now, like I know young kids whose parents think that way. But like when you get to a certain age, you have to realize as you matriculate through your sports career, everything's not going to be like that. You might be the biggest, fastest kid when you're 6, 7 years old and everything's easy to you. But if you don't learn the skills that you need to learn, like everything's not going to always come easy as you get older. And it seems like that's the point. Like he's used to them being so successful. That's what he hasn't instilled in. And this like get up and rolling out every time something doesn't go their way. Like I wonder, in the future when they're grown men on their own, if it will ever come to that, I wonder how that'll play out in their lives because of those lessons. But just wondering.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I got to add to this conversation is who didn't see this coming. I mean,
yeah,
I'm surprised they made it. I'm surprised they made it as far as they did in terms of playing as long as they played. I should put it that way. I thought this was coming.
Why, Jim? Because they pacified them with that. You can run tournaments with the lower league team, so he was over there getting a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
I mean,
man.
and that's what I think that I kind of understand when people sometimes say like it's not about his sons to him, because they were treating his sons like that from the door on the big team. So if you would have never gotten these big baller brand challenges with the smaller team, like would we have heard this 3 months ago? You know what I mean? So
here's my thing.
It makes you wonder.
I honestly don't think he even cares about basketball. This is about keeping that Facebook show popping, because now he got to do something else to get some content for Facebook. VAR got him a nice Facebook deal.
Because if that go off, I'm gonna be upset. I'm a fan.
VAR got him a nice Facebook deal. This is all about the Facebook show. This has nothing to do with basketball. You know them boys can't play basketball at the highest level. You know that. But
yeah, and being 1 for 3 ain't bad. You know what I mean? It ain't bad.
Listen, man.
The Lions are going to take care of everybody and the brand.
His other kids, listen, they still going to run this Facebook show. They're going to get bags, and not them itty-bitty bags. They're going to get money like their dad.
They're going to get money like their dad.
How the theme song go? Them itty-bitty bags.
Y'all don't watch. I can tell y'all don't watch because y'all ain't react to that.
Yo,
that was bars right there.
I don't know nothing about.
That was strong bars. Jimmy just spit, man.
I can't
like my dad.
I have not watched that show at all. I refuse to watch LeVar Ball. He's a joke.
That was Nas level bars right there, man. I don't know.
I'm with you.
Nas.
I'm with you.
Smack down on
I don't support that clown.
Come on, let's go.
Yo, hey, be Austin, like you still supporting Nas, or you cut him off because of the latest allegations?
Those are allegations. We gotta wait for the investigation. Innocent until proven guilty.
He better than Fab.
R. Kelly had allegations. I'm just saying. Yeah, I hear you.
So that. All right, let's run through these. We don't even got to run through all of them. We'll just talk about some of the stuff that's happened. We all know the Rockets beat the Timberwolves in 5. Wasn't much there. Only thing I really noticed was, they made easy work of Timberwolves, and I don't particularly think James Harden had a great series besides the 50-point outburst. You know what I mean? He still looked like playoff James Harden. He still made it easy. The Trailblazers were swept by the Pelicans. Nothing to see here. Except the fact that y'all know I was sick because I wanted to pick the Pelicans and I chickened out. And then they went out there and kicked them dudes in the head. Nothing to see here. They got to play the Warriors in round 2. Raptors and Wizards. Raptors 3-2. Anything y'all noticing in this one? I mean, the Wizards are the 8th seed, so you can kick Toronto in the head like we always do around playoff time, or we can say the Wizards aren't your normal 8th seed. They went on a slide during the end of the season. It ended up.
I've been enjoying. I got something to say, man. I've been enjoying playoff basketball. Like I'm really entertained by the Celtics, the Bucks, Utah, OKC. I don't know what it is about Toronto, Washington, but yo, they bore me. And it's crazy because John Wall be out there dunking on people, and Toronto
you know what though?
Players, but I don't know what it is.
They bore everybody. You know why? The NBA knows
Otto
that.
Porter
all
ain't
the
ball.
games be on NBA TV instead of on TNT.
Dog, one of them games they put them on the outdoor Lifetime, like HLN or OLN or something like that. They put them on
HLN.
They put them on. They disrespected them, yo. They put them on some trash network. But I'm like, yo, I tried to watch it, like, yo.
Yeah, it's
so boring, yo.
You know what? Because and I got into a discussion with somebody about this before earlier today, a Russell Westbrook hater. He tried to say to me, well,
shout out to Joel.
They try to say, because I told him about Billy Donovan and how he looks lost, and he tried to say to me, well, people who try to blame the coach. Scott Brooks left, and he had the same problems with Westbrook, but he not seeming to have those problems now. I'm like, dude, have you ever watched a Washington Wizards game? Obviously you haven't, if you're saying that, because I live in the area, and Wizards fans be on Scott Brooks' head talking about his inefficiencies and how he probably shouldn't remain in the position that he's in. All they do, even when John Wall went out, it just turned into the Bradley Beal show where he comes down, do a bunch of fancy dribbling until the clock is about to expire, and then they, try to kick it out. It's a lot of teams running that kind of offense right now, including the Cleveland Cavaliers, and people don't seem to understand that either. And this all comes up in these Russell Westbrook conversations. I want y'all, if y'all haven't noticed, I want y'all to peep this the next time the Cavs come on. On most possessions, LeBron James pounds the ball until about 5 seconds left on the clock. Then he starts the offense, and then, it's either he's going to take the shot or he kicks out to somebody for a shot that, sometimes because it's LeBron driving, the shot is going to be open more times than not. But you keep hearing everybody talk about, well, LeBron, nobody's helping LeBron out, but you're not really going to get any real numbers playing like that because you're giving role players pressure shots on almost every possession. Like they're up against the shot clock every time they touch the ball. And if they're not getting the offensive rebound and putbacks, you're really not going to get anybody that's going to help you out the way that they're saying LeBron needs help. When LeBron had help, it's because he had other players on the team that he didn't mind them having the ball once in a while. Kyrie created for himself. Dwayne Wade created for himself. The only person who probably didn't was a Chris Bosh. You know what I'm saying? So, people always
it's interesting watching when you watch
stuff.
Cleveland play. When you watch Cleveland play, like there's really no. The team doesn't work with it. They're not playing team basketball. It's obvious. They look like It looks like a pickup team. I don't even know if it's LeBron hero ball. It looks like a pickup team when everybody recognizes, all right, he's the best player on this pickup team. This is give him the ball and he'll create for it. Like it literally looks like a pickup game. They don't look like a team at all. And part of that to me is probably from that deal in the middle of the season. Like they have no sort of chemistry at all. They don't know where they're supposed to be. I've never seen a game where it's like so much pointing. Like, no, you're supposed to be there, or you're supposed to be there.
Right.
Like, y'all don't practice.
And I bring that up in the vein that people, the whole internet was upset last night when the Thunder came back and Russell Westbrook did his thing because people hate Russ for the same reasons we talked
all
about
the LeBron haters were angry.
And that's I noticed that too. Like most of the people that I know
LeBron
who
supporters.
are like straight up LeBron, not supporters, because I'm a LeBron supporter. LeBron stands. They're not allowed to like anybody else.
They
take shots at anybody who gets 5 minutes of takes lines away from LeBron for 2 minutes. If you really
Jimmy.
look at it,
what I see
out of control at times. What's the difference between how he plays and how LeBron plays? Really? And there's a lot of people out there right now. Oh, you crazy?
The Bron sexuals will leave LeBron completely alone. They will big Ricky Rubio up and lie on Ricky Rubio and make him more than he is to hate on Russell Westbrook. And Russ.
But
been
here's
busted
my thing.
like
I don't even see that. Like on my timeline, it's more like the Russ hate, and there's tons of Russ hate. is more about like swallowing Kevin Durant. It's like they won't let that go. They won't let that go. So it's like, see why he left? This is why he left. It's more Durant gobbling than it is LeBron.
Now, I've seen people utilize that just to crap on West, but they don't really mess with Durant right now either. But if it's worse, if you're beating worse with Russ, you'll even pick up somebody you bang with to say something about him. And I'm not saying there's anything, because I enjoy watching Russell Westbrook play. I enjoy watching LeBron James play. I'm providing an observation here. Like, if you look at them play, they really don't play that much difference, besides the fact that LeBron appears to be in more control than Russell. And of course, LeBron, what he does produces more wins than Russell Westbrook. But their offense and the way they get assists, they're all the same way. Like, when Russ does it, it's stat padding. But when LeBron waits till 5 seconds to start the offense and then kicks out because everybody's keying on him on the drive, nobody's saying anything about that. I don't think either one of them are stat padding. But if you say it about one, you have to say it about the other if you're that dude. But, people don't see it that way. And like I said, I guarantee you thousands of people right now thinking, oh, you crazy. They don't play nothing. Like, watch the game and tell me if I'm lying.
They play exactly.
LeBron will pound the ball. If he gives it up, just a quick second, he'll get it back. But that's like not a real move to the bucket. Everybody's moving. He just gives it up because maybe he needed to scratch his ass for a minute and then get the ball back. Pounds it till 6, maybe 5 seconds, makes a move, either shoots or passes. What is the difference between how they do it and
which allows no player to get into a rhythm, even if you're a good player. Like, you
and the
can't
funny
get
thing
into
is,
the rhythm of the offense.
That's probably why Tristan Thompson shined for the half a minute that he did, because he's a hell of an offensive rebounder when he is on the floor. So when all shots are, he's the only one who's going to – he and Kevin Love are going to really be the only ones that are going to give you an extra chance when you're up against the shot clock on every single possession. Tristan's still a bum.
What the hell happened? What the hell happened to Kevin Love? Kevin Love just be looking like
LeBron pounding the ball,
looking like a spot-up shooter. Looking like a spot-up shooter.
Yeah, but even beyond that, like, I thought he turned the corner in those finals when he was like, all right, well, I'm gonna figure out how to play, like, because the thing about it is, in basketball,
Jimmy, they were giving him 6 to 8 post-ups a game during that time.
They did switch it up,
like,
slowed it down.
That's not even what I'm talking about. What I'm saying
he was hustling more.
The brilliance of Ben Simmons is Ben Simmons finds a way to affect the game without even having to being involved in the offense or the score. Kevin Love started to do that. Not all the time he doesn't. And Kevin Love has found a way to. Point guard. Meaning what? He brings the ball up court. Then they run their set. If you ever watch a Sixers play, when they run their set,
the ball to affect the change. Kevin Love does not bring the ball up court.
No, you won't let me finish. I'll explain what I'm saying. For one, for two, when you watch the Sixers play, he
but I ain't no young bull, so
passes.
I understand the game of basketball.
No, but I understand that, but you didn't let me finish what I'm saying. The Sixers run sets. He doesn't pound the ball at all. The brilliance of Ben Simmons, a second part of his brilliance is he doesn't have the ball in his hands that much. Ben Simmons, out of all the point guards in the league, has the ball in his hands the least amount out of anybody. But the thing is, he affects the game in so many ways.
Amount of passes to Golden State all season.
Exactly. He doesn't have the ball in his hands. He brings the ball up court, and he doesn't even bring the ball up court every time. But the point is,
but does he still compare to Kevin Love though? Like,
if
Kevin
you let
Love,
me finish, Mike, if you let me finish what I'm saying, you'll understand what I'm saying. You keep cutting me off. What I'm saying is, in that final series,
y'all better hurry up. Y'all infringing on Fred's football time.
In that final series that they won, Kevin Love started to do things outside of touching the basketball or posting it up and scoring, and he became an effective player. And actually, is one of the reasons they won the finals, because what I thought he figured out at the time is, I can contribute in so many ways and help my team, to the point where he had one of the better defensive plays in the finals to help them win the game. But even on the offensive side, in terms of him setting screens and doing all kinds of things to contribute to playing basketball, I thought he turned the corner and figured it out. But he just sunk back into this thing where he just wants to stand in a corner and like just jack up threes. It looks like he's half-ass trying, period. I'm not a body language expert, but what I'm saying is,
I get you with some of the other parts, but the stand in the corner part, I don't think that's his fault. But no, I mean, but it really doesn't matter.
It's his fault, but what I'm saying is when he started doing those other things,
people are going to give that narrative no matter. They're going to give that no help narrative no matter what happens, because one of the games Kevin Love only had 8 points, so they included him on the. Oh, LeBron got. The boy had 17 rebounds. He gave you 17 extra possessions.
But I wasn't even coming at it. What I'm talking about, Kevin Love really has nothing at all to do with LeBron. It's Kevin Love.
You're not saying he's not.
And again, I'm not even a body language expert, but I thought that he had figured it out, and he just went back to this sunken place where he's just out there. But if you look back at the last couple of games of that series when they were coming back, I think against the Warriors,
I think it's harder to play with the ball than we realize, man.
He was doing
everything. Harder to play with the ball than we realize. Hard. I think people put up with stuff because you have a chance to win, but I think it's pretty hard to play with the ball. You know what I'm saying? And now LeBron is in the place in his career where it's his duty, even if it's not a character, it's his duty to talk to you the way he, any way he feel like it. How Kobe talks to his teammates. He has to carry on tradition. So if you get slapped in practice, that's just because he's supposed to slap your ass in practice.
Yeah, but and I agree with you. I agree with you. But I also blame them because if LeBron say I'm moving here tomorrow, half of the league is going to be jumping on his Johnson to join him somewhere, even knowing what they know about playing with him. And then when they leave him, they still give him hand jobs. I guess maybe half the league is represented by LMR or something like that.
That's real talk.
So something they have to be blamed. I told you I just finished Ray Allen book. I feel like if Bron called him right now, he'd be out there. I'm here. Just complete jawboning. But
of course. That's all he's been waiting for.
As much as Kevin Love, as bad as Kevin Love has looked, if LeBron went somewhere and Kevin Love had the opportunity to go, I'm going. He just made you stand in the corner for 5 seasons, but you still want to. I don't know, man. I think Kevin Love was on his way to the Hall of Fame, and now he's ain't even gonna be mentioned at all.
But you know what? With Kevin Love, and I kind of got a chance to see this with Miami, was Chris Bosh got put in that same spot. Chris Bosh it was supposed to be the big three, but in reality, Chris Bosh it was really
big 2.5.
Yeah, it was a big 2.5. Chris Bosh went from playing in the post a little bit to he just became a glorified shooter. I mean, and then when LeBron left, when
you're in the post, Fred, you are in LeBron's way. Not saying he's posting up, but he's coming down there. He's going to the rack.
You are.
You're in his way if you're standing around. You're bringing defenders to the area if you're standing in the post as a ball. You got to get out of there.
Like Jim said, everybody's going to want to go play with LeBron because even having him seeing it in Miami, how many guys came to play with LeBron? Shane Battier. And these are guys at the end of their career, Mike Bibby, Mike Miller, Ray Allen. And granted, Ray Allen
you trying to win.
Yeah, you trying to catch it.
They were supposed to win not 5, not 6, not 7.
Not 7.
Not 8. I'm down there too, Fred. I'm calling Pat Riley if I'm chasing.
Yeah. It got to a point where Mike Bibby was like, "Look, I'll play for free. I mean, I made all my money. That's what it. But every LeBron team since Miami has been the same way. LeBron comes in, and it's gonna happen again. He wants shooters. He's gonna drive. He's gonna kick. He's gonna put it to a spot-up shooter who's old, and they might have one good season, and then you're just a nobody again.
I mean, it feels right. It feels right, and to be in this position, to wear this Heat uniform every single night, we're gonna make the world know, not just this league. We're gonna make the world know that the Heat is back.
The Heat is back. They're like the Knicks, back from what? The expansion days. Got it. All right, but no, like I said, shout out to Bron for the amazing way he finished the game last night. The block on Oladipo, then the 3-point shot where I feel Nate McMillan played that all wrong. They had a foul to give. So, first of all, why are you letting him get the ball? Dudes like Nance, don't even guard him. but even if somehow LeBron gets the ball, you have to foul him immediately before he takes a dribble.
LeBron doesn't like the free throw line. It's the way it is.
Right. But but it's even worse than that. They had a foul to give. wouldn't even have been on the free throw line. You would have wasted the time that they needed to do what they had to do.
Very true.
I think they played that all wrong, and you let him get a nice
but
look.
we saw that scenario.
I watched that joint in slow-mo
years
today.
ago.
That was a pretty piece.
We saw that scenario in LeBron's first playoff appearance against Orlando. I mean, LeBron, for whatever reason, he wants that shot, but I don't like it either. I didn't like the move either.
I don't think LeBron wanted that shot. I think LeBron knows he has to take that shot.
No, I think LeBron wanted that shot, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why LeBron wanted that shot, and here's why. Because the game was tied. They wasn't down 2. That's why he wanted the shot.
Yeah, there's no pressure because you can
it's
take it
not
over.
the same kind of pressure. It's not the same kind of pressure. Because if you miss, you can go out there and still save the game in overtime. You know what I'm saying? You can go beast them in overtime and still get the win. So I feel exactly what you're saying. But it was a hell of a shot. The final 2-minute report came out, and the league admitted that the referees missed the goaltend on the other end. Somebody tell me this real quick before we move on. Somebody, what is the point? What is the exact point of the final 2-minute report other than to throw their own referees under the bus?
No,
I don't get it.
Because why couldn't we get the call right?
Why do we need to know that? I guess it's an effort.
Why can't we just get the call right in the beginning?
Telling us that you blew it. The Pacers don't want to hear that. The Pacers don't want to hear that. The Pacers
it's so that we can look
back
for
up
it
for
later
another 20 seconds then.
Hey, yo, Fred, they're killing you in our chat.
They're going to do that when there's one more next game.
Yo, Casey Mack said LeBron went 15 for 15 from the line yesterday, so he liked the free throw line yesterday. So I guess that's a shot at you.
He doesn't. Okay, let me clarify that. He doesn't want he doesn't want clutch free throws.
Who's criticizing?
He doesn't
LeBron?
Want them when they matter. He doesn't want them when they matter.
We can't talk about LeBron objectively without it being criticism to who's criticizing them. Casey Mack. Go ahead, Fred. What was you gonna say?
LeBron doesn't want free throws. LeBron doesn't want free throws at the end of games or when they matter.
Yep.
It's great.
Casey Mack. Fred is a LeBron.
In the first 46 minutes of the game, that's great.
He's just being real.
And I'm the LeBron guy. Out of all 4 of us, I'm the LeBron guy.
That's great. Like he went 15 for 15 yesterday. The fact that you have to point that out, Casey, therein lies the problem. Like he should be, 15 for 15, 14 for 15 on most nights that he takes that many. The fact that we even have to point it out.
He should get 85% free throw.
Which was great. You know what I'm saying? That we'll be doing this one day about Ben Simmons. Like, yeah, Ben Simmons went 8 for 8 from the line. We have to do it because he sucks.
Yo,
so we're gonna have to say
style shot, when he does great. His style shot just visually is terrible. Like that John hurts.
Yo, he don't even move. Like his legs be right next to each other.
He don't bend his knee at all. Like
real
you're obviously getting no coaching, and if you are, that's not helping at all. My man's standing straight still. He's shot footed.
Yeah.
The bad thing is, I remember back when Ray Allen was on the team, when it was the Miami days, he tried to teach LeBron how to shoot free throws, and it still didn't work. And Ray Allen had one of the best.
You know what though? When you've played that much ball throughout your life, though, Fred, it's hard to change. Because even if you get something and you're in practice and you're knocking it down, when you go out there, muscle memory is just going to take you back to how you do it.
Yeah,
you know
it's like a quarterback. In my world, it's like changing a quarterback.
Right. When you try to change the mechanic, when that rush comes,
you're going to throw it like a jackass. It's over with. You can change Tebow's mechanics all you want in practice, but when it comes game time, he's dropping that shoulder. He's dropping the elbows, and it's going to get real ugly.
Casey Mack said you off the team, Fred. You off the LeBron team.
Oh,
ain't no criticizing Brian if you're on this team.
That's fine. Thanks for the
you can't be objective.
That's fine. I appreciate the 2 titles. I'll jump off.
So what did y'all think about LeBron buying his team suits for the last 2 or 3 games so they can all come into the arena looking dapper, looking like New Edition?
He bought suits for the team at the end of the series too. Oh, that was nice. Throw him in the casket.
I can't sleep at night. I toss and turn. Yo, listen. All I'm saying is I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty funny, but I get it because like the thing about the NBA and the minutia of playing in the league is these dudes be trying everything possible to get an edge, to build camaraderie. And when I watch them play and I see just how much of a team they're not, I get why he tried to do something off the court to try to somehow bring them together. But obviously it's not working because they still look like
let's be twins because we ain't got no chemistry.
And it's crazy because like as I watch them play, I'm like they may get by this series, but man, I thought they would just coming into the season. I was like, all right, well they're just gonna walk through the East. I don't know, man, because they look like just they're never in the right place on on defense specifically. Those guys always seem to be in the wrong place.
That change, Jim, wasn't that change for this reason? Defense. They were supposed to be great on defense.
Yeah. But
you can't change on the
But
fly.
it literally looks like they don't practice at all. It looked like they made the trade and they were like, all right, just show up on game days. It looks like they don't practice.
Pretty much. It's the LeBron show. LeBron does all the work and
they
he
text
gets all the
everybody, bring your orange jerseys today.
Yeah, like did y'all practice at all?
Today.
So at some point, like Tyronn Lue has to start getting looked at kind of crazy, like because I feel like he probably does call practice, but LeBron be like, no, we ain't coming.
We ain't practicing today, coach.
Yeah, I don't feel like it.
Cannot coach with him. Cannot play with him. Can't do it.
Cannot play with him. All right, because I know we got to get to this draft stuff because we like way late. Quick stat of the week. I mean, it has to be the comeback last night by OKC. They were down 25 points in the middle of the third quarter, damn near. And then Russell Westbrook and Paul George, they didn't do anything different than the first half when they were just taking turns going one-on-one and missing shots. Second half, they just started taking turns going one-on-one and the shots were falling, probably mainly because Rudy Gobert was in foul trouble and was out of the game a lot. So it got a little easier to get to the hole. Even when he got back in the game, they were trying to go at him to get that foul, and he wasn't playing the same type of defense. Like, that's who I think has been the quiet dominator of the series. Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert looked like Bill Russell out there now, cuz. Yeah, he like young Bill Russell.
He stops
He like young
everything.
Bill Russell. He ain't gonna.
So
he ain't
even
gonna do no
though I picked them to win, and I still stuck with them when they were down 3-1. They can still win the series, but I don't know if they don't get Gobert and Favors in foul trouble. Then they're gonna have a hard time. They're gonna have a real hard time.
Yo, am I the only one who gets sad watching Melo play now?
No, I did last
night
on the group that he washed, but I didn't want to talk about Melo like that. He washed. I mean, and it's cool, man. Everybody can't go 15 strong and still be balling like LeBron. Not even, balling once every 3 games like Dwayne Wade. Like, everybody can't do that.
Everybody on HGH like LeBron either. But, but Melo that's like, I just get sad watching Melo. Like, damn, dog, like, yo, that's Melo. Like, what is this?
But you know what the problem is? Melo was never really in shape, even when he was an offensive killer. So now he just looked like, the slow doughboy who, if his J not hitting, he ain't doing nothing for you, that dude. So
and he be mentally checked out. Like Melo is somewhere else. He be thinking about what pitches he gonna double tap when he be thinking about.
He be thinking about IG models.
I know he do.
Yo, but there was some crazy stats like from that game. Paul George and Westbrook, they scored 39 consecutive points during one stretch. They scored 60 of the Thunder's final 67 points. And there was another stretch where Westbrook had 33 points to the Utah Jazz's 28. Like,
yo,
I don't know if y'all stayed and watched this, but I couldn't go to bed because it was amazing, man. Both of those dudes
I ain't gonna hold you.
Probably what
I didn't
they
realize they won.
The offense is still stagnant and corny, but
I didn't realize they won until I woke up. Like, I thought they lost already. I went to bed.
That John reminded me of that Bucks-Sixers game.
There's probably a lot of Oklahoma City fans that didn't realize they won until they woke up, who were at the
dog. I was like, after this series over, I checked out.
That John reminded me of the Bucks-Sixers matchup back in the day where the Sixers lost, but Allen Iverson brought them back from when they was down like 60 and took Ray Allen's heart.
Down 30 something. Yeah. Like you knew at that moment Game 7 was a wrap for the Bucks.
Yeah. AI turned that
like they
wheel
were
on.
like 30 and AI brought it down to like 6. There was never a chance that the Sixers were going to win that game. But he put a scare in them dudes. We coming, homie. All right, so let's go to the phone one more time before we get deep into this football because we got the homie Naj. Been waiting on the line. What's up, Naj? You in the war room, good brother?
Hey, what up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling?
What's up? You enjoying these playoffs, man? We had some exciting games last night. Exciting finish.
We doing better than Bill Cosby.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, man.
Pill, they got Pill. They got your man Pill up out of there.
Made it.
Yeah. We
was
can
sad
forgive,
reading
we
that
don't
article
forget.
today, man. Yeah, I was having all kinds of happy Cosby Show flashbacks while I was reading his downfall today. But what's up with these playoffs, man?
Yeah, the only funny thing is the people who are defending him right now, he wouldn't spit on if they was on fire.
Yeah,
he hates you, bro. But
you ain't never lied.
They the ones that they pull their pants up.
Right. But yeah, man. I got one complaint on y'all today, man. Being objective is important, but I do think sometimes we overcorrect in trying to be objective. So I mean, look, what Russ does is what Russ does.
Coach speak.
Totally different. Totally different from what LeBron does, man. That dude sets pace because he can't run up and down like he used to. He rests on defense a little bit. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of control there, but there's also
hold on. Hold on, real quick, Naj, and I didn't say that whole thing about them playing there, but what did you say about LeBron getting back on defense?
Oh, well, he doesn't do much of that. And then as far as his guard experience.
I thought you said the opposite. I was about to say, I thought you said the opposite. My
He's
bad.
like, wait a minute.
No. You run the tape. He misses assignments and then starts pointing. Yeah, he misses assignments and then starts pointing and everything else. I think their issue is they can't decide what they want to do. For a while, they'll say we're going to trap off the pick and roll, and then later on in the game, they'll say, okay, get over. And then before you know it, it's miscommunication, open shots, and they're getting beat down like they always do. But Russ is just an enigma, man. He can get any shot he wants, and that's the biggest strength and biggest weakness. So he doesn't understand how to control the game, how to run a team, and to a certain degree, man, I just want Russ moved to the 2, man. I don't want to see Russ at the 1 no more, man. I want Russ at the 2. Just let him get buckets and do what he do. No other responsibility.
No, that's always made sense. But what do people do these days? What most teams do? They don't care about your position. They put in their best player. He's still going to handle the ball if you move him to the 2. Like, if you put a shorter dude in there with him, a point guard, he's still going to handle the ball. So
yeah, I'm not saying that.
Billy Donovan,
I think
he got that kind of control.
Right, but that's a juice issue. If your coach has no juice, you can't put him in there with Russ. The juice issue also goes to Melo. If you're going to start Melo and play him at the stretch 4, then you're wasting even having him. Let him run with the second unit. Let him score off the dribble and doing his little 100 head fakes and jab steps if you want to have him. Otherwise, there's no use in having him as a stretch 4 just spot-up shooter. There's no value there. Kevin Love, though, y'all really kind of hit on it with Kevin Love. The problem is Kevin Love's skill set. On a horrible team where he's just getting all of the touches and can kind of gobble up rebounds to pad stats, then, yeah, he can put up 20, 15. But you put him on an actual team where possessions matter, okay, you can pick and pop. Can you pick and roll? No, because you're not athletic enough to finish a lot of times. Can you actually create your own offense at the high post? Well, we thought that, but it appears that's not the case. When he actually gets the ball at the high post, the defense doesn't collapse or react to him. People let him go one-on-one, and it ends up being an empty possession. So I think Kevin Love just has a way more limited skill set than what we thought. Than what we see now.
I never thought he could effectively.
I came to that
put
conclusion
the ball.
last year.
I
came to that conclusion last year. I said, all right, because I felt bad about because I used to call him White Moses when he was in Minnesota because he used to put up Moses Malone numbers, and I felt like I disrespected Moses and I owed Moses an apology because when I watched him, but I also felt like that in that final series, in those couple games. he started to do a little bit more. And maybe, with the adrenaline, I don't know what it was, but I don't know what's going on with that dude.
But most
man.
people get it in the finals, Jim. I don't think it means you get it overall. It's the finals. You got to lay it all out on the line.
And I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened.
Scout report. You know what I mean? At one point, you were a priority on the scout report, and then things go badly, and now the team's not really paying attention to you, and he kind of shined a little bit in that series. They played Golden State last year, then all of a sudden, okay, different scout report for K-Love this time. What does he do? Not a damn thing. So I think it's more of that one series, man. That's the outlier. You know what I mean?
Maybe it is the outlier, but I'm not a body language expert, but also just watching him, he seems to be checked out. At times, he's like checked out. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I put it like this: I don't think he's as good as I thought he was, but I don't think that he's as bad as I currently think he is either. He's somewhere in between.
All right, but listen,
some of that rich boy syndrome.
I want y'all to.
Oh, sorry.
I want everybody to pay attention, man. We're going to reconvene. We're going to talk about this next week. Everybody pay attention to the next Thunder game. Pay attention to the next Cleveland game and tell me they don't run their quote-unquote offense the exact same way. Like the same, I'm telling y'all, the same stuff that people complain about Russell, they're doing the same thing in Cleveland. If LeBron, a bunch of times, if y'all don't notice him, pound the ball to 6 seconds left and start moving forward and get assists that way, or even get buckets that way, then I don't know what y'all watching. But we're gonna watch out for it. We're gonna talk about it next.
I hear what you say about pounding the ball, but just look at that roster and tell me what else you would do that would give you higher percentage shots than that. You see what I mean? Like with them,
yeah, but we can't keep complaining. I mean, that's the roster that's what everybody said. Look, the perfect team around Bron is a team full of shooters. But now you got these shooters that can't do anything else. So
everybody ain't smart, and they just say stuff, though. Look, you want shooters, but you also want people who can create, too. When he was in Miami, even at the worst of Wade, you remember Brown was shooting like damn near 60% from the field, and that was because Wade was still out there, still effective, and kind of moved the defense. So now you're out here with JR and all these boys who can't actually suck anything in or do much off the dribble. Right, damn. I gotta give it up, man.
Say nothing around. You know these dudes, the police, man. You can't say nothing around.
Hey man, I had to take. Hey man. Hey. When I get caught out there, I take it, man. I ain't gonna act like I didn't slip up right there. But yeah, man. I just look at that roster and see the limitations, man. Like if you got a bunch of dudes who can just shoot and not much else, you should be good defensively.
Yo, Naj. What happened to Earl, yo?
Woo-wee. How did Earl lose his handle? I've never seen anybody not be able to handle the ball the way they used to. Like that usually never leaves. But for some reason, 2 bounces, Earl might give it up. Like he cannot handle the rock anymore.
You know what?
So
I disagree. I think if you don't work on if you don't practice your handle, I think you can lose that. I ain't got no handle anymore. But when I can always go out there and shoot the ball. It seemed like that doesn't leave.
Well, see, I still got the handle. It's just slow now. So I hit somebody with something and they still there. And at first it was shocking, but now it's like, okay,
that's mine. That's mine too,
man.
I got the handle. I don't know. I just ain't go nowhere.
I don't. I be on my JJ Redick. I be dribbling the ball off my foot. Like damn, I used to.
Dudes be stepping up, guarding me close. Like it's so disrespectful to a degree. Man, 10 years ago, young dude, you could not step up on me like this. It's disrespectful, man.
That's why I just turn around and show them how much I weigh these days. Yeah, we about to jump into this football, man. So we will wrap to you next week, man.
All right, man. Y'all be easy.
Take it easy.
No doubt. Thanks for your call. All right. The NFL draft is about 30 minutes away. Man, it's time for us to dive into it for the rest of the show. I know Fred mad, like, man, y'all promised me an hour. What's wrong with y'all? We start talking about this thing of ours, man. You're lucky I stopped this when I did. But we're going to skip Julio Jones, Dez Bryant. We're going to go straight into the draft. We can talk about that stuff other time. The NFL Draft Talk is brought to you by Digital Extreme Technologies. Do you or your business need a custom website? Well, for dynamic, professional, and most of all, affordable custom website solutions, you need Digital Extreme Technologies. No need to break the bank for an effective online presence. Top quality, results-driven websites at incredibly affordable prices, and financing options are absolutely available. Visit digitalextremetech.com or call 267-205-4203. And for discounted rates, be sure to let them know that the homies at War Room Sports sent you. All right, Fred. In about 25, 26 minutes, a bunch of lives are going to begin to change as the names called to these dudes, walking across this stage. By all accounts, this should be a very interesting draft, quite the deep draft, nice quarterback draft if you're looking for one. So how do you think everything is going to shake out tonight in this first round?
I think we're going to have a ton of indecision. I think all this, we already know what's going to happen. I think the Browns are going to find a way to screw this up again because some guy from Oklahoma is going to get picked. And, when you have that type of thing going on, Oklahoma quarterbacks just don't turn out all that great. I think the tight end position is a position that many teams need, not a lot of them. If you don't get them early, you're not getting one. The running back position is very, very deep. And you know how I feel about those early picks at running back. Wide receiver, not so great. And I think there's going to be some guys falling that you can get in the later picks. First round is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. And the first 4 picks may not be so set in stone.
All right, so let me ask you this. We've heard all day today, coaches and GMs are starting to be convinced that the Cleveland Browns are going to take Baker Mayfield. Where does that come from all of a sudden? And do you think it's the absolute wrong pick? Is there any upside in your mind to taking Baker Mayfield over the other guys that are at the top of the board?
Bad pick for me, yes. Baker Mayfield, like Tobias said earlier, he played in a conference where it's pillow fighting. Essentially, guys don't tackle. You're throwing to wide open guys. I've seen, guys run wide open in these offenses. The offenses aren't very complex. There's not a lot of verbiage. There's not a lot of route combos. You don't have to read really any kind of defenses. And that's just on the field. We're not talking about all the things off the field, such as grabbing our crotch into another man. That's a problem. The drinking. Personally, I think he's Johnny Manziel 2.0 with all the same problems that Johnny Manziel had. And I don't think everyone talks about his fire and he's going to light a team. He's going to set a team up he's going to be a rah-rah guy. 30-year-old linemen.
Well, they always say that when white guys run off at the mouth, when T.O. on the sideline trying to motivate Donovan McNabb, they're saying he's being that guy. But when Tom does it's different. My
question is, how do you light a fire under a 30-year-old guard half on the backside of a 32-year-old guard who has 2 kids and a wife? He's made all the money he can make, and he could potentially have already won a Super Bowl. What fire does he have? What are you lighting up? He's probably going to tell you shut up and go make a throw. I'll do my.
He don't have much fire, considering that he's 32 and he's played on the Cleveland Browns for as long as he probably has.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense. Not a lot of guys you're going to come in and be able to wow with your rah-rah. There's some young guys that you might be able to get on board with that, but it'll be a hard sell, especially for a pick that they may not have been expecting until, the wee hours before the draft. So
exactly.
Interesting. Did you want to mock top 10, or you just want to talk?
I can. Of course, I can always. When it comes to the draft, I'm one of those.
mock the top 10 real quick. I don't want to waste all your time doing that, but yeah, mock your top 10 real quick.
Okay.
Because I know y'all were supposed to
10,
film that on the channel and never was able.
Yeah,
to
we
do it.
never. Yeah, that's fine. For me, how do we want to do it? Do you want to say who I would pick, or who do you think a team will pick?
Who you would pick? I don't care about trying to predict, because teams are sometimes unpredictable. I mean, who knew until 12 hours ago that Baker Mayfield might possibly go number one? So,
all right.
Tell
so
me who teams should pick. Who you would pick?
Who teams should pick? Okay, so if I'm Cleveland number one, I'm taking Josh Rosen. It's not even a question. Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen and maybe Lamar Jackson are the three quarterbacks you want. Sam Darnold, the turnovers, they bother me, and it's not the interceptions, it's the fumbles in the pocket. His ceiling is like Andrew Luck, but his floor is like Jameis Winston, so it's not terrible. But when I look for a quarterback, I want a quarterback that's going to challenge my coaching staff as much as my coaching staff is going to challenge him. Josh Rosen brings the ability to be one of the best passers in this league, and also he has speaking out on some things.
Either Josh Rosen is going to be the ish, or Jameis Winston and fell off the earth if he's somebody's floor already. But no. I heard Torrey Smith today say that he said that Lamar Jackson was the quarterback prospect in the draft. He did preface it by saying, he was talking about the disrespect, people acting like he can't throw. So he may have said that out of anger. But he said he thinks Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback prospect of the draft. New York Giants at number 2.
At number 2, if I am the New York Giants, Bradley Chubb is very interesting to me, because if you don't have a quarterback, you better go get someone else's quarterback really quickly. But because we have quarterbacks on the board, this is where Sam Darnold comes off the board. Eli Manning is getting up in age. Why not go ahead and solidify your quarterback position now? Let him develop with a 2-time Super Bowl champion. Let him learn the bad habits that Eli Manning is going to make, and let him throw all of those things out the window. Okay? If you don't have to start Sam Darnold at all for a year, at least just don't do it. Just let him sit, let him redshirt. This is the perfect situation, a la Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. Sam Darnold is my pick in this situation.
Casey Mack said he hopes the Browns take 2 quarterbacks. The Jets, number 3.
All right, so this draft, you've seen a trend of quarterbacks coming off the board very quickly. The Jets, right now, you need to keep up with the Patriots in your division. We don't even need to worry about winning Super Bowls. You need to beat New England first. You need a quarterback. The quarterback position has been terrible, and it has been bad for this team for a long time. This is where Baker Mayfield will come off the board. He has the arm. He has that rah-rah to get a team to believe. At least he'll bring hope to this team. This team needs a quarterback. I don't believe in running backs this high, so you'll never see that coming. They don't need a pass rusher. They need a quarterback. At least in the next couple of years, Tom Brady won't be there.
They got Teddy Bridgewater now.
No.
He's not going to light it up?
No. Baker Mayfield is the answer.
So assuming Cleveland does what they've been saying they're going to do, somebody else is going to end up being the answer, but should be able to play out in a perfect way, I guess. So Cleveland at 4.
At number 4, the obvious answer many have given is Saquon Barkley, but if I'm Cleveland's GM and Saquon Barkley falls to me here, and I also have Bradley Chubb, I'm going Bradley Chubb. Simply put, I got my quarterback. Now it's time to go after Ben Roethlisberger, go get after Andy Dalton, go after Joe Flacco. How do we do that? We go get Bradley Chubb, put him on the other side of Myles Garrett. That defense now has 2 bookends for the next 10 years. Let's go get them on defense. This is a no-brainer. Sorry, Saquon. We don't believe in running back in the first round.
Wait, so you didn't say. You just said Bradley Chubb was interesting at the Giants pick, but who you put there? You
for the
put
Giants.
a
I'm taking the Giants. I'm taking Sam Darnold.
Okay, you just said Bradley Chubb is interesting to them. Okay, I feel you. I was about to say you done drafted Bradley Chubb twice.
No.
Jimmy's former team, the Denver Broncos, at 5.
The Denver Broncos have a really interesting dynamic here. You can go running back, and you can go get a very dynamic running back in Saquon Barkley, or you can go get a big arm quarterback. And you know John Elway loves his quarterbacks. Probably reminds him of him. Big, tall guy, athletic guy. I think Josh Allen fits in perfectly here. Trevor Siemian didn't work. Paxton Lynch didn't work. It's just this is perfect.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick, though? Why they singing the national anthem at the draft?
To be a smart ass.
Go ahead.
The real question. Never mind. I'm gonna. Why aren't we taking? Well, never. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Well, you know it's a black.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
That's all they've hired to sing it since the whole kneeling and sitting down. They're gonna see how many black people they can get to sing the John. But anyway, and they keep doing it.
Nah.
All right, so where are we? My bad. I threw us off track.
We're at number 5 with the Broncos. For the Broncos, I'm giving them Josh Allen, quarterback, Wyoming. Simply put, they need a quarterback. John Elway can kind of you have an interesting dynamic here because you have Case Keenum coming over from the Vikings. He can be your bridge. He's not a great quarterback, but he'll be a nice bridge for the young guy to come in.
But he
and
NFC championship quarterback.
That's fine and all, but when you have a Vikings defense like that, you're going to be good. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah, just like the Eagles defense when Donovan was there. Anyway, Indianapolis at number 6. No shot.
Indianapolis at number 6. This is a great spot for them to go ahead and take a running back like Saquon Barkley. It's perfect for them. Simply put, he'll be a dynamic piece. You don't have a lot of help in the backfield now. Frank Gore is gone, thank God. So take the best player available. Go help Andrew Luck out. And because there's no offense, actually, I take that back. I take my card back. I want Quentin Nelson, offensive guard. I want to protect my quarterback. And
he's been getting beat up.
And, yeah, we've been getting Andrew Luck a little too beat up. So I picked up that phone. I thought about it. Let's call it audible. Forget what the GM says. I'm turning this card in. Quentin Nelson, guard, Notre Dame.
All right, well, Doug Martin is gone from Tampa Bay, and they're on the board at 7. Could it be them?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers do not need to make any luxury picks on the offensive side. Quentin Nelson is off the board. Running back is a position you can get later on in the draft, but we need to help our defense. Jameis Winston can put up points, but if he's in shootouts all the time, we're in trouble. Derwin James, Florida State safety. I've actually had a chance to see him since he was a junior in high school, and yeah, the Sean Taylor comparisons aren't there, but he's a very, very good player. Minka Fitzpatrick doesn't really fit what they do on defense. So that's where that's my cutoff, and if that's splitting hairs there, that's the only reason why Minka Fitzpatrick doesn't fit.
You don't need no safety. If Brent Grimes is on the corner, then Miko backing him up. So, she got that.
Don't be talking about Miko. She'll come get you now. She'll come get me. Don't get me in too much trouble.
Miko can get my followers up. Diss me. All right. Chicago Bears at number 8.
The Chicago Bears, they have a chance to pick up a dynamic weapon, or they can go ahead and pick up a very, very good player on the back end of their defense. They've already the talks of Jordan Howard being traded, Tariq Cohen being traded. Both of those I don't think those are really real factors here. Minka Fitzpatrick is still on the board. You also have Denzel Ward on the board. Tremaine Edmonds is also on the board for me. But you got to take best player available. This is where Saquon Barkley can come off the board here. Realistically, he won't fall this far. But if I'm drafting here, I'm drafting to win, not to sell tickets. Here, Saquon Barkley fits. Put him on. He can do so many different things and help out that offense.
All right, so
I'm going
San Francisco at number 9. Oh, my bad. I think they can go ahead and take him. Man, Phil Maddock, shout out to him. He would love that. Oakland Raiders at number 10. This will be the last we do before we just give a few minutes of final thoughts before everything starts. But Oakland at number 10.
All right, so the Oakland Raiders at number 10. You got to go Denzel Ward here. You have to shore up the back end of that defense. There's no pass rusher available that's going to fit, but you do need to. The Oakland Raiders gave up so many yards through the air. You got to do something different. And what better way than to go get Gary and Conley's old teammate at Ohio State, who was just as good as him, and go create a no-fly zone, especially.
Don't you think they need a linebacker with the departure of Navarro Bowman more than?
Linebacker is one of those positions like running back, fullback. I can wait on. Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith he's good, but I'm not willing to spend those kind of resources early. I can wait a little bit on him, so I got to go secondary, because at the end of the day, the NFL is a passing league, and when you're in a league where you got Pat Mahomes over in Kansas City he's going to be throwing the ball a lot. You might want to go cover somebody.
All right, Fred, New England Patriots at 23.
The New England Patriots at 23.
And 31.
23, Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson's on the board at this point, which I think he may be, Lamar Jackson fits perfectly. Like I told you guys weeks ago, the theory behind it is he comes in, he plays the backup role, but to keep you happy, we'll keep you on the field. We'll put you in the in red zone, 5 yards, 10 yards out type of situations. We'll put you on the field, almost like a wildcat quarterback, but you can throw the football.
You're wishful thinking.
Using him in very different ways. Lamar Jackson has also said he wouldn't mind being the backup to Tom Brady. That'd be perfect. And on top of that,
it kind of makes sense
Tom Brady,
when you got an old, decrepit Brady. Take him off the field for a few plays. Makes sense, but
and see, this is the fun part. Well, Josh McDaniels had a little bit of experience with this type of quarterback. He had Tim Tebow in Denver, but Tim Tebow wasn't the athlete that Lamar Jackson is, nor was he the passer Lamar Jackson is. You can use Lamar Jackson in different ways. How can you deny this type of talent? And in a couple of years, when Brady and Belichick they're riding off into the sunset, this will be Josh McDaniels' team. The experiment will be figured out by then. Everything's great at 23.
All right, well, I'm going to skip over y'all at 31, and I'm going to ask you what those Super Bowl champion of the world, Craig, Philadelphia Eagles are going to do at 32 with the last pick of the first round. I'm hearing running back a lot. I'm hearing Chubb. I'm hearing Tony Michel.
Yeah.
Tony Michel. My bad. I knew a dude named Tony Michel. My bad. You agree with that?
No, I don't. I don't agree. You know how I feel about running backs, and quite honestly, you have a running back there. Jay Ajayi, we signed the guy, make him happy. They don't know what's up with his knee.
They got questions about his knee.
And why Miami gave him roster, guys. I mean, you guys don't. You know what you guys need, and I'm gonna bless you with something really good. Isaiah Wynn, offensive lineman, Georgia. I'm just saying.
Hey,
Jason
I'll take
Peters,
it.
you don't know what you.
Yeah,
you know
I'm all with that. I'm all for that.
I only asked you that question because I only asked you that question. I wanted to say Super Bowl champion of the world, Philadelphia Eagles. Fred, I don't give two FUs about who the Eagles take in this draft, dog. We just won the Super Bowl. I don't even acknowledge.
Eagles fans, Eagles Nation, Bird Gang, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, doggone it.
Thank you. One last time, Eagles.
If we didn't do this sports thing, like I wouldn't even acknowledge that a draft was going on tonight. But, you know, I just wanted to ask you that because I want to say something about the super duper champion of the world.
I hope Carson Wentz doesn't come back, and I hope Nick Foles is done for y'all. Enjoy the abyss that is the top 5 pick for the draft next year.
Hey,
how about that one?
How
about that one?
I can die happy now, my dude. I can die happy. All right, so final thoughts. All right, that's the top of the first round. How deep is this draft? Because you hear that sometimes, and it gets to be cliche at times. How deep is this draft? You know, our team. Do you think there's a high percentage of guys that teams are going to come up on the 4th, 5th, 6th round, stuff like that? Or is that just draft talk?
I actually do. I think this running back class is going to be very valuable to a lot of teams that draft smart. You're going to be able to.
Which is why dudes don't need to be taking running back in the top 5 picks.
Exactly, because you have guys like Ronald Jones, Mark Walton,
Kareem Hunt.
Exactly.
Right.
When you have guys like Mark Walton, you have Rashad Penny, Darius Geis, Ronald Jones. You have guys like that. You can get in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round, and they can be productive players. Why go after Saquon Barkley? Just saying. The cornerback position, this is a passing league. We need people to cover. That's going to be a very critical part. I think the linebacker class is going to be pretty good. It's kind of top heavy, but I think you'll be able to find some guys later on. Pass rusher is going to be pretty okay. The only positions I don't really love too much are tight end. Don't really love the tight end position, and I don't necessarily love the safety position. There's a few good guys across the board outside of your Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, guys like Jake Derwin James.
Oh, you don't want any guys like that. Definitely don't want any guys like that. In the quarterback position, it's going to get deeper than those guys that you.
Casey Mack said, keep preaching, Fred. Mahomes. Because, he KC Mack, so Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. So that offense is going to be very
good. Then it's going to be.
That offense in Kansas City is going to be ridiculous. And I'm actually looking. I might be watching a lot more Kansas City games this year. It's going to be a lot of turnovers, but it's going to be a lot of touchdowns thrown too. I think he can let it rip. I think this quarterback class.
Do you think Mahomes is a better prospect for Andy Reid right now than Donovan McNabb was back in '98?
Oh, more than definitely.
Or even '99 when he really started full-time starter.
Pat Mahomes can do a lot more with those weapons. You got Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Kareem Hunt. You got Travis Kelce. Those guys are gonna. They already have a nickname. We haven't seen one down from these guys already. I mean, they're the Ferrari. I mean, the whole offense is called the Ferrari. I mean, you got to do something to get a nickname.
I mean, they're gonna be trash.
Nickname already.
I bet you they're gonna win the Super Bowl though, like the Eagles did. I'm not champion either. All right, come on. Final thoughts, because we gotta get out of here in like 10 seconds. So go ahead.
If you don't have a quarterback, if you don't get one of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks, be patient. Guys like Kyle Lalata from Richmond or Mason Rudolph will be available. Don't overreach for quarterback.
All right, and there you have it. Be told. Jim, you got us? You got us, Jimmy, or I got him? You got us.
My bad. I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to interrupt Fred. I didn't want to interrupt Fred and all that. You know what I'm saying? But we can get out of here though. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining us for another briefing in the War Room. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, Facebook, Twitter, those in the group me at. We appreciate it. And all the callers who called and got through, look, salute to you. Those we couldn't get to, we apologize. We only had so much time, and we ran out of time while letting Fred do his thing. And special thanks to you, Fred. Thanks for coming through to talk the draft. That's what you do. I mean, you know a lot about college football and football. I mean, your basketball knowledge is a little suspect, but we love you for your football talk nonetheless. Tune in next week, live right here or on demand, as we catch you up on everything happening around the world of sports. Listen, NBA playoffs are continuing. The draft will have happened by then, so we can recap that. So until then, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you right back here. Catch everything we do at the Hub at warroomsports.com. Get my book at sportstobook.com or at warroomsports.com. Again, that is the Hub. So until next time, everybody, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance, and we'll see you chumps on top.
6 to 8, they do this. Shout out to Dev, PJ, B. Austin, Doc Bay on replay. WarRoomSports.com. Get that mobile app. It's knocked out. 323-140012. They be going and you sensitive, then oh well. Physical podcast, let's talk sports. Showtime like magic in the block push. Listen live, push one to join in. Rip your team or listen for your enjoyment. Hip hop scholars, pit stop and knowledge. Should be in sports credits, I ain't talking college. 5 guys, no beef though. Corporate secret, but the streets know. Belafonte, I got a G flow. KC, royalty, I'm in beast mode. 2 hours, get your game up. Who's the best in sportscast? You better name us. War Room Sports. Yeah, you know, Jimmy, Dev, PJ, Doc Bay, B. Austin. I'm Jock. Up and coming on the beat.
War Room Sports, www.warroomsports.com. What? Ain't no more to it.